Do you miss your car journeys alone listening to the radio rather than Beatrix Potter and Roald Dahl on repeat now?
I picked the van up on the 1st of February, and the first night I picked it up, everyone wanted to sleep in it. So ever since, we've spent every night in it.
We never went back in the house.
Yeah.
Hi, we're Kerry and Andrew, and we're from Rutland, and we're travelling with our 3 children who are aged nearly 6, 4.5 and 1 year old.
This is a Burstner Argos 747, made in 2008, and it was actually Kerry that did the research for this van, because there's a couple of key things that we really were looking for, because we knew we wanted to do this long term. So we wanted there to be space for everybody. We wanted there to be a separate area that we could close off in the evening so that we could still have our own time, you know, once the kids are in bed. And also a door to shut off the cab, which means that the children don't go in there. This is obviously the seating area. It's got 4 full 3-point harnesses in the back, so that was a really key one for us, so that the children can all be fully restrained in the back while we're driving. This is where we eat our meals, our breakfast, etc. when we're not eating outside. And this whole area with this kind of single bench seat turns into one massive bed. So this is a king size bed over the cab, and that's predominantly where the children will sleep, but it's also like their play den, etc. And then there's a sliding door which fully shuts off the cab, so you can almost forget you're in a motorhome. So this is all storage where we store all our clothes. We've got one each and one spare.
When we went into it, we didn't know how long we wanted to do it for.
No.
But I think we worked out very soon that it suits us down to the ground, this lifestyle. We want to keep it going for as long as we can. So we've now, rather than seeing it as a year out for our family, we're looking at it more in a sustainable way in terms of income and things. I've just been blown away how they're all thriving from having both of us around more. I've really noticed the difference in that, they were happy kids before, but now they're just, frequently people we meet say, oh, your children are just so happy and they're so confident, and you can just really see that this lifestyle, they are thriving. One of our children is like a bit more, the rest of us are all very easygoing, aren't we? Change isn't really an issue, we're quite laid back people, but one of our children is more, I would say, like a highly sensitive child, a bit more anxious maybe.
Yeah.
So we were a little bit concerned about how that child would cope with the constant moving around, but actually I think the fact that the van is a constant, never changing, it's always with us wherever we go, for them to retreat into it at any time, it's actually been the opposite. All the things I was concerned about with our more anxious child have actually lessened. I was a little bit concerned about their friends, because back home we had such a lovely beautiful circle of friends and homemade community, and we had a very full social life, and I thought, oh, are they going to really miss their friends, or those friendships going to weaken slightly? And it's just not been the case. I mean, they have a beautiful relationship between the 3 of them anyway, and it's such a improved part of their life that we now have more time, especially you, and they just make friends with children wherever they go. It's really increased their confidence and their view that friends are everywhere to be found, which I don't think I had that as a child. I just sort of thought, oh, these are like my friends at school and that's that, but they see friends everywhere, don't they? And then when we go back to cousins and family and friends when we visit, they have these long days where it's just breakfast through till tea, playing.
See, this is the back area, and what we love is that you can just shut this door, turning this into a bedroom, and it really deadens the noise as well, so that if we're talking in the evening, we don't wake up the baby. This door also closes, so you come and have a look, but you've got a shower, double bed at the back, and then through that door's your toilet.
The climate, the temperature is so adjustable, you can immediately tailor it to suit your needs. So you put the shades over to keep the sun out, or you open the big windows, any windows, all these air vents, to get in a lovely breeze. You can batten everything down to keep it warmer. I'm noticing that with a house, it takes a while for you to warm it up or cool it down. But with the van, I'm noticing that it's just instantly adjustable to our needs.
I mean, the additional skylights, it just feels really airy in here, doesn't it? And the kids just love being in that bed, looking up at the sky, whether there be trees overhead or whether it be the stars that we're looking at. It's really nice.
That's the thing I really love about this van, in that it's made it feel quite easy. Like, it hasn't felt a hard transition, although it's been stressful. It's been lovely, and it's felt easy and it's felt natural. There still obviously are difficult moments, difficult days, but just the normal challenges that you would have with, you know, young children and, you know, relationships and things. It's not like to say that every day is all sunshine and perfect. We still obviously have, you know, people getting on each other's nerves, but just normal family interactions. Like, it's only made our life easier, hasn't it? It's not actually added any huge challenges or made it more difficult in any way. You were working long hours, you had a long commute, didn't you? And I was at home with the 3 children. Yeah. But you know, we had a really lovely life though. It was hard in a way to leave it, wasn't it? Because we had such a good group of friends, and the children and I had a very busy and active social life. We educate our children, so we're part of a really lovely home ed community, and you know, it was a really nice house, and we had a lovely big garden. It was in a really rural area, so it felt like in a way we'd got to where we wanted in life, but by you not being around a lot, I
wasn't really experiencing much of it apart from on the weekend.
Our life felt quite out of balance, and it was quite frustrating in our previous life that Andrew was earning, you know, the best wage he'd ever had in a job that he really loved, but the cost of living,
seem like we were getting any more money.
It just felt like, you know, we only just had enough to live on, and our money just seemed to go. Before we set off, I think we mostly envisioned ourselves being at campsites, didn't we?
Well, you put it to me as an idea, like, we'll be able to wild camp so many different places, and it was completely like
I liked the idea of it, but I, in reality, didn't think we'd actually do it that much. So that's really took us by surprise, in that we much prefer wild camping, and we do it as much as we possibly can. But we've stayed at some like places we didn't expect as well, didn't we? Like, we really love you know, using independent farms and farm shops and things for our products. We've stayed away from supermarkets for the most part, haven't we, while we've been doing this experience, and so many people have ended up asking us to stay, haven't they, inviting us to stay when we've been to buy raw milk or you know, eggs and things at little farm shops, and people hear our story, they're like, oh, you must stay here for the night on our land. And
also the children getting to go in with the cows, see the little calf. This calf was only born 2 days ago, and it's just about standing up, and then going in the morning to watch them milk the cows, and they're saying, do the children want to help put the hay in for the horses? So they've got their pitchforks.
And I think that's the best bit about wild camping, that it's brought us closer to where our food comes from. It's brought us closer to history, which has sparked interest with the children. It's brought us closer to nature. We've stayed in a lot of forestry commission car parks, right in the middle of the woods, and you know, I can really see how quickly they're amassing this knowledge of nature that they just hadn't had before.
That window is just like a picture you'd have on your wall every single day. Got a full fridge freezer. Have a look inside. It's our food, and then this is just where we have pots and pans, storage. And then there's a sink, a full cooker with 4 gas hobs, and it's a gas grill and a gas oven. And we have our Berkey in here as well. This is something we really wanted to take. It's like a water filter. And when we drive, I just put a bungee cord around it.
I thought I would miss having a dishwasher, but I don't really. I thought I would miss having a bath, because I've always loved baths and to read in the bath.
We've got a trug, haven't we? The children have a bath in sometimes.
But I don't really.
I know what I don't miss. I don't miss the constant DIY chores that you have with a house.
Oh, yeah.
It's just one thing that, you know, you work a week, you don't want to be coming home and it's, can you fix that shelf? Can you reseal that bath? Can you paint that ceiling? Like, it's like a never-ending thing, and having just such a small space, cleaning up is like a 10-minute task. Hoover, wipe, we're all done, aren't we? So I used to work for Thomas Cook Holidays in their compliance department, so looking after regulation, and that's kind of what I've done. I've worked in banking and insurance, around regulation, in fraud and money laundering, in compliance. So I've done lots of things. So actually, it's been quite easy for me to find kind of little contract work and things to do while we're away. I've also done some mystery shops as well. So that's something that most financial houses have to check their regulatory compliance. They have people go in there and purchase insurance or take out a new bank account so that they can actually test that the staff are doing the process correctly. So they need someone to do the mystery shop. So I thought, well, why not be the mystery shop? I've seen it both ways. And then the other way that we're funding it is that we sold up, didn't we? So we did get a good price for our property we sold in Cambridge. So that's what's kind of helped us buy the van.
Yeah, we used sort of part of the funds, didn't we?
And we've got a lot in premium bonds that we can fall back on, you know, if we're going to do periods without working. I
think for us it's been a big move more to us having money for freedom and more time and more experiences rather than having more money to buy more stuff. We've really moved away from that consumerist sort of mindset, I think.
Yeah. Your other outgoings are just your diesel, I suppose. So, but that's an intentional thing. So because we're doing quite slow camping, you know, we don't want to travel more than 20 minutes in the van on one day. We'll perhaps be at this site for 3 days. You're not using any diesel. It's not a massive outgoing, but obviously it's something you need to consider. And then campsites is the other one. So, you know, probably less than half the time we're on campsites, and we're being intentional about searching for places that are only kind of £5 a night, £10 a night. But if we do have to go to campsites, then there's that as well.
Yeah.
But we've got just very minimal phone contracts. We've got a small life insurance policy that ticks over.
Yeah.
And then we paid the van insurance just in one bit for the year, which I think was only about £300.
Before our life had such separate duties, didn't they? You know, it was so separate.
Gender stereotypes.
Well, it was really, wasn't it? Which, you know, was fine because it worked for us at the time, but it was just so separate. There wasn't a lot of collaboration, was there? So we've really had to do some work, you and I, haven't we, on communicating more effectively as a team?
Yeah.
Because our lives now collaborate in every department, whereas before it was kind of like I ran this side of our life and you ran that side of our life. And it was effective, but it was a bit sad in a way, wasn't it? Because we didn't really need to communicate about that many things. So a typical day for us now, I feel like the first few months was quite just whatever, wasn't it? Like, it wasn't very structured. And now what we found over time is we prefer to have a bit more of a gentle rhythm about our days to give it a little bit more structure. So in the morning we get up early. We're all morning people. We're up early, and the children and I will do some stories, and we've been doing like a bit of a poetry breakfast, that we'll read some poetry, draw what it makes us think of. Children love that sort of thing. And then we'll have a nice breakfast together. It's really nice to have like a cooked breakfast, like pancakes or something, rather than just rushing a quick breakfast down. And then we like to get up and get out quite early, don't we?
Yeah.
And also what we found is that travelling is better around the baby's nap time. So he'll nap generally about 10 o'clock, and we try and do our sort of half an hour or so if we are travelling that day.
Yeah, if we are travelling. If not, it'll just fit around.
So we try and travel for that time, and then the afternoon will always be outdoors most of the day, won't
walks or bike rides or on the beach or playing sports in the garden.
We visit a lot of National Trust and English heritage places, don't we, because we have memberships. So that's something we spend a lot of time doing. And then evening we have tea quite early now, and the children go to bed quite early. I was concerned we perhaps wouldn't get as much of an evening, because I thought, we're all going to be in this small space. You know, we've always co-slept, but at home we would, you know, put them to bed and then we'd come downstairs again for the evening. So I was concerned about that, but actually they all sleep beautifully. I think because we're out at the beach and the woods and things all day, they're more tired out anyway because of the fresh air they're getting all day long. But they all sleep beautifully, and we still, you know, sometimes it's a more late night, but usually they're in bed by 7 and we still have a nice evening, and no one really gets disturbed.
Yeah, since we've been on the road, I've just had that time to, you know, listen to inspirational podcasts, to learn to play the guitar, you know, just different things that you really want to do yourself, to go for hikes in the evening and go for runs. And
I'm a big sort of book fan, and it's been so nice to get to do more reading and I feel like there's been a lot more, is it self-actualisation, that kind of thing? There's been a lot more of that going on, which I think can be really hard with motherhood and, well, parenthood and home education especially. So yeah, that's been one of our favourite elements of this lifestyle change. There's just more time for everyone to nurture their passions.
Yeah, it's nice when you have a day out when you're with other people, or even when it's just us, that there isn't that scarcity of time mindset that like, oh quick, it's the afternoon, we best get home for tea because everyone needs to be bathed before work and school the next day. Like, it's just a bit more relaxed. Like, we can take our time, we can enjoy it for what it is. So you have a massive locker here, so this is where we put our shoes and things, and you'll see, because it's got a double floor, all in there is shoes, buckets and spades, scooters. We can just shove everything like underneath, and then anything that doesn't fit in there goes in the massive garage. When you've got 3 kids, you kind of need it. So if you imagine that's where the bed is, so all under here, in there we've got a washing machine and our bikes. So there's 150 litres of fresh water and 150 litres of grey water, but then we can do 4 or 5 days wild camping. That's where the toilet is. It's LPG, and then you saw it's like a double floor. You can access it this side and the other side. You refill it at a petrol station. You just plug it in here, and it fills up with gas.
I feel like for us with our families, we've gone so many times like with alternative life choices by now. We've had children now for nearly 6 years, that nothing surprises them now. So they were really supportive and happy for us, weren't they?
They were actually, the earlier hurdles, like we're going to home educate our children, like we're going to move miles away from any families, we don't need support and things like that.
Just that was for work.
For work, but actually those were things that they were like, whoa, this is a bit of a different idea. Whereas going into this, I think they just know
that we are free thinkers, and we look to live outside the sort of maybe the norms. They've got used to that now, haven't they? And they've been we've had nothing but sort of positives, have we, and support from them. I would really recommend to people who are feeling like they would like to give this lifestyle a try to maybe hire a van for a couple of weeks to give it a go, or even just to, without a van.
I was literally going to say that, going to go and visit a showroom. So that's one of the starting blocks for us. Like, we had the idea, and we found out that there was a showroom that specialised in French and German motorhomes, like 25 minutes from us. So we went there, and it's so good. The salesman was just like, yep, all of them are open, literally go and help yourself, get in the bed,
the children
tend to cook.
it.
So we were just pretending we were living in all of them. Like, some of them were like, this is way too small, this won't work.
And just stepping
but
into
you
them.
could feel like we could do this. Like, there's plenty of space for everybody.
And you just see all different types and what would and wouldn't work, and the children were role playing in them, and that really helped us to envision it and see what
for a free morning out. Even if you decide in the end it's not for you, like, it was really good for everybody. It was really fun.
And also I would recommend joining communities online with any lifestyle choice that you're interested in. The more you connect with people who are thinking the same way or have been doing it, the more it kind of normalises it in your mind. Anything that's different can feel scary or too much, too big. But once you start seeing it in your everyday, just a few Instagram posts here or a YouTube video there, it's just little bits every time, drip drip drip, and it normalises it and makes it seem less scary. And you can see there are just real normal families out there living their lives doing that, and that really makes a difference. I think we're on Instagram, Boheme Family, and we try and share quite a bit of our journey on there, and hope to share a lot more in the future. So look us up on that platform. The best thing about Vanlife is having you around and just sharing our lives together, rather than feeling like we were predominantly apart. Just sharing that life together is definitely the best thing for me. What about you?
Time is such a commodity. When you're earning money, that is a commodity. But if you haven't got time to use it, then you're nothing really. Just the time that I have with the children and with Kerry, and for my own self-development, has just been so beneficial really. I think it was just quite overdue in our old life.